Hi friends, how are you? Okay, let's do my good thing. What's my good thing? Oh, last night I watched a movie and it was called Little Women. It's so good. I watched that movie and I forgot about the news. That's how good this movie was. It's based on a book by Louisa May Alcott. And if you haven't seen this movie yet, I think you're gonna really love it. I loved it. I've always loved the book Little Women, and I've always loved all the movies. There's a lot of movies out there with Little Women, but this one is so fabulous. It's amazing how a really good movie can just like sweep you away, right? So if you haven't seen it, check it out. It's available for rent right now, I think. So, okay. So yesterday we talked about wrapping texture around an object, and our object is a bunny, right? So I'm just gonna hold up the bunny. I'm gonna tilt this down just a little bit. I worked on my bunny a little bit more. Here he is. I think this one's a girl, I think. So there's Peter and there's like Petra, I don't know. She's holding a little coffee cup and it's saying home sweet home. I think it says home sweet home. Yep, I love home or something like that. Okay, so yesterday we talked about kind of comparing how you add texture to an object is kind of like, let's hold it like this, frosting a cake, right? So first you bake the cake. So we made our bunny cake and then I frosted the cake and I just did hard on the edge and then light to the center with my value scale that we practiced before. Remember the value scale? Dark to light, right? You should remember that, right? Okay. So what I did was I just found, like from my contour edge, I shaded dark to light to the center. And I shaded, so the avocado shape, like is right here. Oops, sorry. All right. So remember how I drew the shape of the head first? First we started with the eye. This eye's a little bigger and I think it makes it look like a female bunny, I don't know. And it's not super realistic, but I think it's cute. It turned out okay, right? Right. And again, if yours doesn't look just like mine, who cares? It doesn't matter. You do you, boo. And if you want to draw from a different drawing or make your own bunny up, do it. The important thing is I just want you to get the idea of layering your cake. So first you bake the cake, which is the shape, the contour edges, right, is the outside edge of a shape. Then you frost the cake, and how you frost it is with layering. So I layered my value scale on top of it, hard on the edge, light to the center, okay? And then on top of that, like when you bake a cake, you frost a cake, and sometimes you write happy birthday to you on the cake. The texture goes on top of what you shaded. Make sense? And I'm gonna kind of show you a little bit on how I did it. So I want you to take a look at this bunny. Okay, so I put texture on top of his cheek right here and on the inside of his ear, but I didn't put any texture right here and right here, and I'll do it with you and I'll show you how. Compare this texture on the top of his head to his shirt. Can you see how the textures are very similar, right? Bunny probably wouldn't be wearing a hairy shirt. Maybe he would be, I don't know. He wouldn't be wearing a shirt at all, this Flynn, right? But in my world, he's wearing a shirt, a little button down with a little bow tie. I should have given him a monocle. That would have been cool. Oh, well, I digress. All right, so compare these two textures. So here is just the value and here's just the value. They're super similar, right? Well, a bunny isn't the texture of a shirt. A bunny is fuzzy. So on top of the value, I need to put the little short strokes of the fur, okay? And we're gonna be doing it two ways. We're gonna be doing something called subtractive drawing. So you're gonna need an eraser, ding, 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 right here. And you're gonna need to have a very sharp pencil. A sharp pencil. And say hello to my little friend. You need to have a sharpener. If you don't have a sharpener, get a sharpener, dude, you need one. I think I've pretty much stressed that point, that a dull pencil is no way to go. Use a sharp pencil, friends. Got it? All right, I'm gonna tilt this down and show you how I worked on this, okay? Cool. It's snowing today. I woke up and I went, what? No snow. But at least I tried to figure out the bright side. At least I'm gonna sharpen my pencil while I'm talking to you because it's super important. My face. It's super important to have a sharp pencil, right? Okay. But at least I got all my leaves raked up in my yard, so it's pretty ucky when you don't get your leaves raked up in your yard and it snows on top of them. It's really hard to pick them up later. You have to wait a long time for them to dry out. So I was kind of glad about that. Okay, so here we go. I'm gonna tilt this down. Oh man. I don't know how to use this. Okay, so technical issues. Come on, dude. Oh, hold on just a sec, okay? I think I'm gonna try something like turn it like that. Oh, now you're kind of on an angle. I got some flowers, see? Aren't they pretty? I love tulips. Okay, let's see if I can tilt it down now. Yep, I can do it. All right, is that pretty good? I think that's pretty good. And I think I'm gonna zoom in on this little bunny right here. Now you can kind of see better. Here's the avocado shape. We did it all in shapes, right? First we baked our cake, right? And then I shaded using the contour edge as my guide. I shaded the avocado. And remember, I shaded it sparingly, so I shaded it with my value scale in the mid-tone. Start with your mid-tones, because if you start too dark, you know, like I said before, it's like you can't take the salt out of the soup so easy, right? And I kind of shaded, remember how I said this trapezoid? Because bunnies have like this flat spot on their head. I kind of started right there, and I just did a little value scale up like this, and then I went to the top of his head, and I did the same thing, and I just pulled my value scale down like this. Excuse me. Okay, and then I remember I left these like little pieces white, and I think I want this bunny to be a little lighter than this bunny. In this bunny, I used a Sharpie, but on this bunny, I just used a pencil, and I think I like the way that it looks, so I'm not gonna use a Sharpie on this pencil. I'm gonna tilt it up a little so you can see better. No, I don't like that angle. Okay, there we go. Look, see, got a little cup of coffee. I love drawing. It's just fun. You can just be silly and be yourself, and you get to make up stuff that's in your head and you put it on paper. What could be better, right? To express yourself, like how you think and what's going on in your head and all the little worlds that are going on, and you get to show people. Telling a visual story is a powerful thing, my friend. Just like that movie I watched last night. It was a really good movie. And it was so visually beautiful. How they made the cinematography, it was amazing. Okay, so here I go. I'm doing this little angle, like right here. I'm shading dark with my core shadow, dark with my core shadow, and then the mid-tone is in the center. See it? Okay. And then I knew that this was gonna be kind of dark down here too, so I shaded this little avocado, and I didn't even put the texture on first. Just like this all was like smooth, right? And then I added the texture just for time's sake, because I think doing videos is just like a little like a cooking show. You gotta kind of, you know, have like your chicken casserole made ahead of time and pull it out of the oven. Okay. All right, so shade the edges, shade this little trapezoid just like that. And then I shaded the eyelid like this. So I shaded dark here, and then I also shaded dark here, and then I left it a little light right here, and I did the same thing on the bottom lid, and you can totally do that. It's no big deal. And then I need my glasses because I really can't see. I don't know why I just don't always wear them. It bugs me to have stuff on my face. I don't know. And then I really darkened up the pupil because there's a lot of contrast between the highlight ding and the pitch black of the pupil, and you really do want that contrast, right? Because it's right in the center of the page, and it's a really important part of the little visual bunny story that we're telling here. Yep. And then I pushed back my value with my number 10 because this is an overlap. Remember, when you have an overlap, you want to push something back. Dark values push back and light values come forward. So I pushed back this ear with my number 10 core shadow, and then I kind of did another shadow here, dark on the edge, light to the center, so that the ears feel a little bit round. That's no big deal. And see how I'm shading? My pencil is not like this. It's on its edge. It's laying on its edge like this because you get a broader stroke and you have a little more control over it. Got it? Okay. And then I shaded on the inside of the ear, and this is pretty much like the darkest part of the drawing. But I didn't start out super dark. I knew that I was gonna like make it dark, but I started out lighter. And then as I built my value, we called it building our value. As I built my value, I went really bold with my strokes, and I just went rah, rah, like that. I just kind of like, I just pushed as hard as I can to get that core shadow right here, because I really wanted that to, well, because it goes inside the bunny's brain, right? Your ear goes inside your brain. So you know it's gonna be like a dark hole, right? Okay, so next thing I did was, let's see. Oh, then I just shaded under here because I wanted the shirt texture, you know, I wanted the face to come in front of the shirt just a little bit. and I shaded the edge, and I added some buttons, and I shaded here, and I should always check and make sure you can see what I'm doing. I get lost in my own little world and I forget that, you know, I'm actually making a video. Okay, so isn't she cute? I don't know what her name is, but I think she's pretty cute. And then remember how I did that weight line? We talked about a weight line. An implied line is an open line. It's like you have an implied line right here. And then a weight line is a heavier line. And I just gave her like some thicker eyelashes so she looked more girly. And I swooped it up at the end, kind of like that, okay? All right, so now I think I'm gonna start, and I just kind of push this back. So, you know, I pushed back, I wanted the bunny to feel like he's actually wearing the shirt, right? So underneath, like where his head is next to the shirt, I really darkened this part up a little bit. So this is probably the second darkest part of the drawing, I would say, maybe. So first, second, third, yeah, okay. Just checking my range on my value scale. Like, where did I put my values? I know I keep flopping back to that, but it's really important. It's right here. So remember how I said there's no difference between this drawing and this drawing? Well, there's really not. It's just how you know, the direction that you shade in. And so for this guy, I shaded around the outside edge, the contour edge, because the contour edge tells you the direction that you're gonna shade. Remember that? I've been talking a lot about that. The outside contour edge tells you the direction that you're gonna shade, because like I said before, if I was gonna draw like a river, I wouldn't shade the river like this. That doesn't make any sense, right? You go with the flow. So you shade something in the direction that something grows or something flows. And for this, the bunny fur grows and flows around his face. So, you know, you can kind of like think of it like, I don't know, petting a dog. When you pet a dog, you pet the dog in the grain or the direction that the grain of the fur goes, right? You wouldn't pet it like against the grain because it would bug them, right? So that helps you also to decide the direction that you're gonna start putting your fur. Okay, and now I'm just gonna show you super duper easy how to apply the fur. And remember, let me make sure you can see this. Darn it. I don't know. Can you see it? Is it pretty good? Okay. Now I have to take my glasses on. Glasses on, glasses off. I really kind of do wish I would have put a monocle. Wouldn't that be funny? Like a monocle right there? Oh, dude, I might do that later. I just might for fun because I think it would be funny. And I did it all in pencil and not in Sharpie, so I can erase. So I just might give this little girl a monocle because why wouldn't I, right? All right. So if you've gotten this far, then you're ready to do the frosting part of the cake where, you know, I said like first you bake the cake with the shape, then you know, frost the cake with the value using the contour edge and that shadow going in the right direction. And now we're ready to like write happy birthday to you, little bunny. And how you do it is you add the fur, okay? So again, please check this and this. This part of the bunny and this part of the bunny feel the same. Why? Because I haven't added the texture here yet, okay? And I'm just gonna show you, and I just make noises. Sometimes I'm drawing with my grandkids, and I found that if I make a noise, they can draw better. Like yesterday, like right now, I'm doing this sound. I'm just doing short little strokes in this direction, and I'm going like super fast. I'm not even, it's kind of random too. But oh, you know what? I'm totally gonna sharpen my pencil again because like this part, I'm using a candle that I'm sharpening in. Sorry, that's kind of gross, but it was easy and it was right there. This part, if your pencil isn't super duper sharp, and this is why I kind of wish that I had my mechanical pencil, but I don't have it, and I won't go to the store to get the stuff because it's pretty non-essential. I would say, you know, fingernail polish remover and mechanical pencil stuff is not essential. Oh, pretty sure our governor would agree, right? All right, so short little strokes, just like this. Well, like I said, I was making a fish with my grandkids yesterday, and you can see that video. I put it on my YouTube channel. And when I made the sounds, they kind of understood better. I'm like, I'm sorry, I'm really all over the place today. I'm sorry, because it's snowing and I haven't been outside. I said, make a fish and go like this, woo, or something like that. And they went, woo, and they got the shape right. So I think sound has something to do with learning. I know movement is like a big deal for learning, and I think sound is a big deal for learning too. So when you do your bunny fur, make this sound. Like that. And it'll turn out right. Okay, you can already see, I think you can see, let me see. you can already see, oh, my son's coming in, hi honey, how this is not looking like this anymore. So the texture on the top of the nose now doesn't feel like a shirt. Why? Because, oh hi honey, say hi to Emmett, he just walked in. He's working for Rapay Electric, so he's essential. So he's out there. Is it still snowing? Nope. Okay. See you soon. All right, sorry. Okay, so now you can kind of see. This feels different than this. It doesn't feel like it's, you know, flat anymore. It's got texture on top of it. It's super easy, right? And I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna scooch this down and do the same thing to this ear. I'm just gonna, over top of my value that I already put on, I'm just gonna do these little, right? Like that. It's no big deal. And I know in places where it's dark, I kind of build up the, like on the edge, like where it's dark, I do them more, and where I want it to be a little lighter, I space them out a little bit. Does that make sense? I really wish I had my mechanical pencil. That thing is like so easy because I just can't stand sharpening my pencil every 2 seconds, and I gotta do it again. Because you gotta have a really fine lead for this. This is pretty like fine detail work, and I even feel like this isn't as sharp as it should be, but that's okay. I'm not gonna, no big whoop, right? All right, so all the way up, and I'm going super fast. I really did like that movie. I don't know. I like old, I like a lot of movies that are old. I just do. Okay. All right, Mr. Bunny, Miss Bunny, I think she's almost done. And I'm gonna make this a super quick video today because I think I'm doing too many long videos. Okay, but it's really important to me that you understand, and then I'm just gonna go back in and do some more random. Oh, I forgot. I talked about subtractive drawing. So I'm gonna tilt it up when I talk. Okay, when you draw, there's 2 kinds of drawing. One is additive. You add, you know, your material, and today we're just using graphite, a regular pencil, or you subtract. And then I'm gonna do a little bit of both because I think it helps with the effect of the fur. So you really do need an eraser for this, okay? So I'll show you how I did it. For this subtractive piece, all you do is once you're done, you just go through and you do the with the eraser too. And it just kind of blurs it out a little bit and makes it look more natural. And that way, if you kind of lost your mid-tone, you can pull it back out again. Like right through here, I feel like I lost my mid-tone just a little bit. There you go. Easy, right? And then in these little pieces that are like the little white around his eye, I go like super slow and I space them out like really far so that there's not a lot of little tiny tick marks, so that I still keep, and I think I might even like outline, like see how fast I'm drawing? Like when you draw fur, you can just totally, and I think sometimes it looks better because fur is like super random, right? Well, and then I just added little, and I forgot. Hello. Bunnies have whiskers. Hello, Miss Flynn. I'm like, I totally forgot. So I added these little circles here because, you know, the whiskers come out of this little, I don't know, polka dot thingy looking thing. And then I added some whiskers to it just like that. Okay. I think she's pretty cute. What do you think? And, you know, don't stress about it. Just have fun with it. I really want you guys to get the understanding that when you're adding texture to an animal, and today the animal is a bunny and it's fur, first of all, you got to go in the direction that it grows or flows, right? But you have to start with the shape first. First, we baked the cake, right? Then we frosted the cake with just value, like the shirt has just value. Like if I would do on the shirt, it wouldn't feel like a shirt anymore. You want the shirt to feel like fabric, and you want the bunny to feel furry, right? So over top of the value, after we bake the cake, then we frost the cake, right? We add the value, and then over top of the frosting, we write happy birthday to you with a little bit of texture. And how you do it, the direction that something grows or flows, And today it's like petting the bunny in the direction that it grows and flows. Like if I was to pet his little face, hello bunny, I wouldn't draw it this way or this way. No, the way something grows or flows and his little fur grows like this. And I might go in back with some subtractive drawing. That's the word, subtractive drawing. Just super fast, it's like no big deal. I like this little bunny. And oh, just a little. I kind of like shaded these little, like his little pad on his mouth. I shaded it like this, and the same for his mouth. And oh, texture. When something is wet, like the eye is wet and the nose is wet, it's gonna have a bing, a really high highlight. Okay, so when something is wet, especially in an eye, it's gonna have a very, very sharp, high defined highlight. Does that make sense? Okay. I think that's it, you guys. I hope you liked this drawing. I liked it. Don't get frustrated or stressed about it. I just want you guys to draw. And I want you to understand, I'm gonna tilt this up because I'm talking. And I'm gonna take a drink of my Coke. My granddad was Irish, and he said, I'm just gonna have a Coke for lunch today, Maggie. Because he just didn't want to eat lunch. He never ate like lunch. He just said, today I'm gonna have a Coke. And I'm like, okay, granddad. I loved him. He was awesome. All right. He was a barber, by the way, my dad. And my dad and my grandpa had a barbershop in Allegan for years, like since the 20s. And they were just the funnest, the coolest people. My dad knew everything there was to know about the Tigers, and so did my granddad. Back when barbershops were a thing, people would go in and talk about sports and stuff. I know, I digress, but made me think of it. All right. So what I'd like you to learn, my beautiful, fabulous, wonderful middle school friends, and I know you can do anything. I've seen some of your drawings. They're amazing. Joel, holy cow. This kid can draw. It's amazing. He has been something. I'm just saying, Joel, shout out to you, kid, because you're really good, right? All right. So I just want you to know 3 things. We learned how to bake the cake, with the contour shape. We learned how to frost the cake, with our value. And we learned how to layer the cake, like happy birthday to you, with the texture and the direction that something grows and flows. And I think it turned out like pretty cute. What do you think? I think it's cute, okay? All right, I'm gonna say goodbye to you because I think I talk way too much, but like I said, my nickname was Motor Mouth, and it's just how I go. All right, so if you haven't reached out to me, my friends, now that we're doing online learning, if you want credit, you have to reach out to me and say, hey, Miss Flynn, I did that drawing. And if you don't know how to upload it, it's totally the honor system. I will believe you and I'll be like, cool. And I'll give you credit for the week. Okay, so please make sure that you reach out to me. I've been reaching out to you guys, and please make sure that you reach out back because we got to stay connected. That's just all there is to it, right? All right. I will be seeing you real soon, and I'm going to upload some new videos next week, and you get to choose which one you want to draw. And I want you to have fun with it. It's so much fun. I can sit and draw for hours and not even realize. Like, I'm probably totally gonna put, like a little monocle on this bunny and then like a little chain that goes down. Because why wouldn't I? Because monocles are funny, right? All right, I'm blah, blah, blah. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, just email me and let me know. All right? And have fun. Have fun with your drawing. It's just for fun. It's gonna be, something that's a skill that you'll have your whole life, right? But we can build on our skill if we learn how. It's like typing, really. Drawing is kind of like typing. When you learn your skills, it's easy, right? I know you can do it. I've seen your artwork. It's amazing, for real. All right. You take real good care, and I will see you so soon. Bye.